Hi friends, for the past week I've been playing with the new Shattered version 2 beta. Lots of exciting changes, with the obvious one being the introduction of a new playable hero class, the Duelist. We'll get into that shortly. I also want to acknowledge the other balancing changes as well. I won't go into all of the change notes here, but will point out some significant ones that I can see. So in terms of buffs, the most interesting one to me is the one for the Glyph of Flow. Now it's a 50% increase to movement speed, up from 25. I'm a big advocate of using this enchantment along with a ranged weapon. It's my recommendation for players who are struggling to win with the Faith is my armor challenge enabled, so it will definitely make that strategy much stronger. In terms of nerfs, round shield now scales +1 damage reduction per upgrade instead of +2, but it does get a higher default maximum of 12 damage blocked, up from the original 10. In the past, I've always been glad to find a shield in sewers because it means I'm almost guaranteed an easy trip up to caves. So not sure yet what this change will do. Maybe it means we save our upgrade scrolls for something else, and the shield could still be fairly decent without it. Wand of Corruption and Regrowth also got nerfed a bit, so I guess I'm lucky to have finished that Necromancer run before this update. The Regrowth charge limit reduction shouldn't affect our challenge runs too much, as we'd rarely upgrade it higher than 4 anyways. Next, Chalice of Blood is now a 1.15 to 5 times health regen at max level, compared to 0 to 10 times before. This seems like a significant reduction to me, though it does mean a +0 or a +1 Chalice is actually stronger post-nerf since it starts at 1.15 instead of 0, but it quickly drops far behind at higher levels. Chalice was already a risky artifact to upgrade during 9 challenge runs, so this could mean it's no longer worth it to level it past +3 or so. Lastly, chains also got nerfed by 40% in terms of charging. And there definitely were games where we ended with a ridiculous amount of unused chain charges, so it's a fair point. There's a lot of other minor changes as well I won't go into, and I encourage you to go through them at your own leisure. Okay, on to the fun stuff. The Duelist comes with a really nice portrait, and the beautiful purple theme really helps to distinguish it from other classes. The coolest thing is that different weapon types used by the Duelist grants her a different ability. So a spear pushes enemies back, and a dagger grants turns of stealth. This opens the door for all kinds of new unique strategies. The Duelist also comes with a whole new set of talents, but I think the second coolest thing is the champion subclass, allowing us to switch between a second weapon. And lastly, armor abilities. There's a challenge, which allows you to fight a single enemy one-on-one while everyone else is frozen and forced to watch. Then the second option is Elemental Strike, which apparently deals AoE magic damage in front of you. Alright, enough talk, let's go for a test drive. Right from the start, we get one of those annoying projecting enemies. We could try out the rapier lunge first, or maybe these throwing spikes. The first useful thing I notice is that the weapon ability seems to be a guaranteed hit. At least the snake didn't dodge it. We can also force the enemies into lunging range when fighting more than one. Another great passive ability is Identifying Potion of Strength. I think this is really powerful since we can save more potions in the early game. You also probably noticed I'm playing the PC version of Shattered on Steam. I bought it recently and I really like the higher recording quality compared to when I recorded games off my phone. And you can see my train of thought better through the mouse movements. Took a risk there equipping the leather armor, but it's only floor 1, so we might as well live a little. So we have the usual food talent, identify weapons faster, more damage after waiting, and shielding when using the weapon ability at low health. I'll go with the defensive talent for the extra survivability. I'm happy we found the sacrifice altar early. The worst is when you clear a floor and find it last. Since it's floor 2, the enemies won't be too dangerous, so I'm going to gamble on getting something good from it. I have seen it give a +2/+3 gear on previous runs. Going to try and get the snake with the rapier lunge, though it may not work out. I'm not sure the exact number of sacrifices required. I think it's usually between 3 or 4. Wand of Fire Blast is always a welcome find. The trick is not to let it turn you into a pyromaniac. Lunge is so useful for snakes. The Duelist overall feels really strong in the early game. Well, the good news is our wand isn't cursed, and luckily our weapon reward is a tier 3, meaning there's a chance we can use it after finding our second strength potion. It sucks that we wasted a potion of purity. Okay, this is the part of the game where we pray RNG saves us. Had to throw a relatively safe potion to wash away caustic ooze, but we could have easily died right here if the rat hit us. Oh right, it's frozen too. I don't think it was worth the trouble for this. That would be the second time we almost died in the past 30 seconds. I'm gonna blame it on me still learning how to play the game with a mouse and keyboard. It is a little bit weird. I'm going to take a chance and upgrade our scimitar, hoping it's secretly a +3 or something. We will need some extra power to get through the crabs and slimes in the next 2 floors. Was hoping for a remove curse, but this also helps, I guess. I start using torches from floor 3. Don't want those crabs to ambush me. Wow, okay. So I was saving our enchantment scrolls for Flow. That was extremely lucky. And I know I promised not to do any more runs with Flow, but I'm sure you'll forgive me this time since it's a new hero and Flow just got buffed, so like really, how can I resist? I'm liking the fast forward effect. I think I'll keep using this instead of doing a bunch of cuts. It saves me time and you get to see how much extra running around I do and killing going on behind the scenes. We need to find a key and get that second potion of strength. It's definitely going to be locked behind that alchemy room up there. We can't tank many hits from the flies yet, so it's best to run away and pick them off. I think you shouldn't be able to miss if you sneak up on a sleeping enemy. Like, how do you even screw up stabbing something that's asleep? Finally got our potion. Hopefully now we won't miss as much. Alright everyone, calm down. It's an upgrade scroll, it's not gonna burn. Since we're able to use the weapon ability now of our scimitar, that means its strength requirement is 12, and therefore it's a +3 weapon. I'm not sure what sword dance is. Apparently it increases attack speed with lower accuracy. I really don't want to miss any of my hits. If you're curious why I was turning the slime around, I tried not to burn the grass here, but obviously I failed. Spear is just what we need now. A nice ranged weapon to go with our flow armor. And I know what you're gonna say, I've already done a warrior run with the chilling spear and the flow, so I'm hoping once we're out of the early game and we get a dual weapon talent, it will spice things up a little bit. Also, the spear ability is really good for our challenge runs. It pushes the enemy back and keeps us safe, and I'm pretty sure it can push them off ledges as well. Sweet, it's also a +1. The nice thing about Duelist is we will be able to swap between different weapons, so there's no reason to throw any of them out. Quickly running back up to try to get another purity potion. Cleansing away our hunger debuff. Definitely not a good idea to fight that one. Once the boss fight starts, we can run away with flow and take our time looking for the Rat King's treasure. Going to use Fire Blast first and lure it through a couple of doors to keep it burning longer. It sucks that we got oozed here since we want goo to stay on fire. Thankfully we can take a risk and use flow to reposition without letting it follow us into the water. It's a good idea to get some natural health regen, so I try to make a big loop around the main room if possible. Okay, that's as much as we're gonna get. Kite goo around the corner to cancel the pump attack, and we're gonna lead it through this grass over here. Couple of more hits should finish it off. I'm really liking the guaranteed hit with the weapon abilities. The high damage along with the pushback from the spear makes it a good finisher. So far the Duelist class has been a lot of fun to play. I did a few runs before recording this one and I found it very consistent getting through sewers compared to some other classes. Well, that wraps it up for this week. Next time we'll see how well this hero performs in the prison chapter.